Awesome. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Monday night training here in Team Heart ANZ. Super excited to be here to share with you guys tonight keys to would an extra $20,000 a year be helpful? If it would, drop in the chat. I want to see who here would love to have an extra $20,000 a year. And guys, I'm going to do this training. It's being recorded. So you will be able to add your brand new consultants in the future onto here, because it is literally how I've talked to Mark Shinsano. I've talked to a few other top leaders in other teams. And this is literally, these are the golden nuggets of what they do with their people in the first 48 to 72 hours of getting started a brand new consultant. So we are going to get started here. So first of all, those of you who are new to LifeVantage and to Team Heart, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your official welcome from Team Heart ANZ The Core. And I just want to say congratulations on making a wise decision to partner with LifeVantage and with Team Heart. Here you will find our Team Heart success path to grow a profitable LifeVantage business where you can launch and learn and then lead. So this is a little bit fun. I found the mission statement that Rachel Picard, our fearless leader, our master Pro 10 presidential, put together 8 years ago now. And still, this is the culture that you have joined. So Team Heart is a community of heart-driven leaders whose mission is to positively impact people's life with love, mentorship, and entrepreneurship. We are movement makers, action takers, game changers, new school social influencers. We lead by example and moral authority. We are activating our bodies, our hearts, our minds, and our bank accounts. And I put a little thing out on Facebook today because I was like, I want to know what inspires people. What are some really powerful, inspiring quotes? And there's a heap of them, but honestly, these are the ones that jumped out at me. And I think this one especially really resonates with our Team Heart culture. And that is, who you are is very important. What you think really matters. What you say could change someone's life. And what you do makes a difference in our world. So I want you guys to really absorb that. Let that sink in, because that is 100% truth, guys. Honestly, who you are is very important. What you think really matters. What you say could change someone's life, and what you do makes a difference in our world. These were another couple quotes that jumped out at me that I thought, right, what's kind of like the antithesis, or whatever you say, the antagonist, right? Of what stops people from actually doing this. You know, you're here, you've joined, you're excited, and then what happens? Honestly, these two quotes, I think, kind of captured that. And doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And so the fact that you are here, you're here tonight, you're plugging in, means that you are actually committed to saying, I'm going to continue to go after this and build my belief in this business, in this company, and these products, right? But honestly, guys, if you always do what you've always done, you will always get what you've always got. So tonight, I'm going to share with you guys how you can add $20,000 a year to your income with just customers. So honestly, before we had the whole Evolve Comp Plan come into play in March of this year, of 2023, this wasn't possible. But we have been handed a gift to be able to do this ourselves, as moms, as dads, as, you know, friends, as daughters, as, you know, like, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are. Honestly, this is now possible. You could be a hairdresser, you could be a health professional, you could be anybody who is taking an appointment, and you could do what I'm about to show you guys tonight. So first of all, I want you to just pause and think back for a second to January 1st, 2023. And I want you to think, what was your goal? What was your goal that you set, right? We had a whole goal setting session specifically for Team Heart with Rachel Picard. And she said, write down your goal. By December 31st, 2023, what do you want to be saying you are successful in your business, right? And for some people, that was a dollar amount. For some people, that was a rank. For some people, that was how many people you had actually impacted this year. What was that goal, right? If you remember, you don't have to write the goal, but if you remember what it is, drop it in the chat, guys. Drop a 2 in the chat if you remember what it was. Now, I want you to be really accountable to yourself right now and say, have you achieved that? Have you achieved that goal today? October 30th, 2023. Have you achieved it? If you haven't, guys, we've got 2 months. We've got the next 60 days where you can choose to either walk or run or fly to go after that goal. It's still possible. Honestly, the income producing activities I'm about to share with you are simple. They can be done in 30-minute segments of your time. And if you do one 30-minute income producing activity session a day, you will continue to grow your business because you will be consistent. If you do 2 of those 30-minute blocks, you are then going to be running towards your goal. And if you spend 3 of those segments a day, you're going to fly, right? And so drop in the chat 1, a 2, or a 3. If you want to walk or run or fly, or drop an emoji, or drop just walk, run, or fly, right? I want this to be a participation sport tonight. This is not just about me sharing with you guys. This is actually about me having you participate, right? So, and I will apologize if there's some noise in the background because my office is now in my living room and kitchen. So I have cued everyone, but they may not be as aware because they're all young adults. But this is what we do, right? As moms, we just make it happen. So I love to see all the flying. Yes, 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 yes. So many people flying in the chat. So let's have a look at how we're going to do that. So first of all, I want you guys to remember that the follow-up is going to be key. So make sure if you don't have a tracker already printed out, which I'm pretty sure most of you already do, but I want you to even go as far as to print out a brand new tracker because the action that you're going to take over these next 60 days is actually going to fill up these trackers. So don't just print 1, don't just print 2, maybe print 3 or 4, because honestly, when you do these income producing activities, you are going to fill up these pages because you're filling up your funnel. And to be perfectly honest, guys, as a health professional, I had no idea what that meant. One moment. I need you to be quiet, please. Sorry. I need you to be, sorry, as a health professional, I had no idea what a funnel was. I was like, what's a funnel? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I was doing this business for probably a year and a half, and I still had no idea what a funnel was. So I'm here to share with you guys, all we're doing is collecting conversations. We are collecting people. We're having bridges that we are building with people in our life who need what we have. That's what this tracker is. That's what we're doing. We're just building those connections, right? And then to be most effective, you're also going to print out a daily activities tracker. But this is the key right here. You're going to set a timer for 30 minutes. Drop a 4 in the chat, guys, if you are able to set a timer for 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week over the next week, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to create a copy. There's lots of us out there. Rachel has tons of shareables. Literally, you're going to create the post and then you're going to set your timer for 30 minutes. And what you're going to do in that 30 minutes is you are going to see what happens with that post because it's going to be creating comments and likes. And you're going to go and you're going to engage in other people's posts. You're going to like them. You're going to comment. You're going to jump into My Life Vantage story and you're going to like and react and comment, right? This is how you're going to build this network of people because you're busy engaging with them. Don't sit on your phone and just scroll, right? Is that going to make anybody any money? No. You need to be engaging. Otherwise, they're not going to see your posts. They're not going to be reacting to what it is that you're putting out there, right? So we want to make you more effective. And then in that same 30 minutes, you are going to start conversations in Messenger. And that is going to be with the friends who are on your list or the friends who are engaging in that post that you've just created. And you're simply going to build relationship. You're not inviting anybody at this point. You are just building relationship using form. You're talking about their family. Hey, Joe, I saw you had a new baby. Congratulations, right? Or occupation. Hey, I saw you just got a promotion, or you got a new job, or you were traveling for work, right? Recreation. Hey, I saw that your kids just won the soccer game. Or, oh, I see you're an All Blacks fan. Wow, what an insane game that was, right? So you want to make it relatable. You don't just want to just say, hey, I really have something I want to share with you about my product. No, this is just the relationship building foundation, right? If you get it, drop a 5 in the chat, guys, right? And then it could be motivation. So FORM, motivation, could be simply somebody just posted something that they're going through and you just drop something in the chat. Hey, I see you. I care about you. How can I help? I'm happy to chat anytime. Here's a quote or a scripture or something that means something to me that I thought would encourage you, right? Build that bridge, right? And then make sure on your contact list, you are going to write down who it was and the date, because you're going to get back to them in a few days, right? That's it. Relationship building 101. Now, we have this amazing private Facebook community called My Life and Story, where we can ATM from anywhere, anytime. And so we are going to leverage this as our most powerful tool, because honestly, as a social media tool, we invite people in and they're going to say, there's 60,000 people in there. There's all these posts, there's all these reactions, there's all these comments. It's a dynamic working community, right? And that's why spending that time is so important, to make sure that we are all making that My Life and Story Facebook group relevant, right? We don't want it to get stale and have it just be sitting there in the background, and then add somebody and have them go, oh, this post was from like 2015. Yeah, this isn't really relevant, right? We want to make sure we're keeping that a dynamic group so that we can invite our prospects, we can tag them, and then we're going to be able to answer the questions and simply repeat. So, few more details. We're going to dive in here, guys. ATM. A is for ad, right? So ad. We've talked to our people a few days ago. We are now circling back around and we're having a conversation with them. We're going to send maybe a little GIF, a little hi GIF, a little squirrel jumping up and down, there's some cute ones. And then you're just simply going to reach out to them. And there's lots of options so that you don't feel like you're spammy. You just want them to know you're excited to have them have a look, right? My favorite is leaving voice messages, because it just feels more real and authentic. And I've had so many people come back to me and say, Candace, it was so nice to hear your voice. Some people I haven't talked to in a few years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, right? But I built that relationship with them a few days ago to connect again. And now I'm circling back around. And then you're going to use the invite button in My Life and Story. You're going to copy the link, paste it in Messenger, and then tell them, hey, let me know when you accept it. Those names are going to go on your daily tracker, guys, right? So if you want to fly, you want to make sure that you are doing everything on that tracker and you are doing at least 3 30-minute chunks a day, right? But I'm just going to, again, just keep breaking this down. So here are some really basic ideas, script ideas, right? So I want you to be you. I want you to be authentically you. You don't sound like me. You don't sound like Rachel or Josie or Granier or Bridget or Christine. You sound like you, right? So when you've invited them or you're about to invite them into My Life and Story, here are some of the things you could say, right? I'm involved in something very special and I would love to show you what I'm doing. Are you okay if I invited you to our customer Facebook group? Or, hi, Mary, hope you're well. Just wanted to invite you into our Facebook group where we have 59,000 customers from all over the world sharing stories about Protandim and collagen. There's a special this month to get a new better than retinol beauty product that is 11 serums in one. I can tag you in some collagen stories, or you can just jump in and search with the search button. Here's a link to join the group. Let me know if you do, and I can tag you in a couple stories. Cheers. And you post the link, right? That's kind of that example there is kind of my standard. That's my favorite go-to, I guess you could say, is how I've structured that, right? And I actually think that might have even been Granier's original one that I've tweaked even. So Another one is I got to know of this through a scientist, and I was curious why so much interest on this little yellow activator. And since taking it, again, this has to be you, my blood work has improved from what it was for like the past 10 years. It's changed my life. Insert whatever it's done to change your life there, right? You need to check this out, Sam. Do you have a few minutes right now to check it out? Right. And then maybe you've sent them the video. Maybe you've sent them the link to ABC Primetime Video outside of Facebook, right? Because sometimes I choose to do that if I don't know them super well on Facebook. So I'll be like, hey, Mary, what did you like best about the video? Have you had a chance to watch it yet? What was your takeaway, right? Some sort of a question that's open-ended. And then invite them, tag them in a couple things after and say, hey, so by the way, I tagged you in a couple of people's stories in our customer group called My Life Vantage Story. Did it show up in your notifications? Right? So if you're following me, drop a 6 in the chat. I just want you guys to get the feel of what this looks like, what this sounds like. It's organic, it's authentic. It's not something that's forced. It's not spammy, right? You're just sharing from your heart. What do I actually want to be able to accomplish? Yes, awesome. All right. So then the tag, right? So we've added them and now we are tagging them. We're tagging them in posts. Now you can tag them, yes, in the ABC Primetime video that is right at the top. It's one of the pin posts. You tag them in that first, welcome them to the group. And then you know, because you've built that relationship bridge, where their pain point is. So you want to be able to go in and actually find things that are relevant to them. You want this is their first impression. You want them to go, wow, okay, I need to pay attention to this. So when you look and you go, oh my goodness, there's 100 people that have liked this, that's probably a fair comment and it's recent. Or this one has 93 reactions. Or honestly, guys, there's some in there that have like 200 comments, right? Find something that's relevant to the person that you've invited in there. And then you will just have way more engagement because they are going to feel like they've seen, they're known, they're heard by you, and they're actually valued, that you're offering them a solution. So here's some messages that are overcoming objections, right? Which I often get when I'm training new people and they're like, okay, even they're saying these things to me, right? So these are things, little scripts that we've developed. And again, oh my goodness, Rachel has so many in our boards app. If you have not downloaded the Team Heart Boards app, make sure you do. Again, these are just some screenshots of some examples. It helps. So somebody says, but does it really work? Anybody ever hear that? You know, drop a 7 if you've ever heard, oh, does this really work? I know I personally even thought that, right? It helps the majority of people. Once you learn about oxidative stress and read through the testimonials page, you'll see it's helping people with all sorts of symptoms because oxidative stress is cumulative. You need to take it 1 month for every 10 years that you've been alive. So you will find at least one of these to be better. Sleep quality, energy level, overall mood, right? You're planting seeds with what they're going to feel because really at the end of the day, what's in it for me? That's what they're thinking. Is this actually going to feel different for me? I'm going to spend the money, but is this actually going to do something, right? They'll often say, well, do you use the products? Yes, 100%. I couldn't promote, sell, or recommend something that I didn't use myself. Again, these need to be your words, not mine, not Rachel's. These are just little springboards for you to be able to actually unpack what that feels like for you and answering that person that you're talking to, considering them as an audience too, right? It's important to understand that we are not taking, oh, sorry, this is the, what does it do, right? So if you don't know what it does and you don't need to be able to explain it, just adding them to the group and putting them in a 3-way chat. If you're brand new, you don't need to understand the science, right? But for me, somebody who I was a physical therapist for over 20 years, I love the science. When they're talking to me, they're going to want that authority that I carry in sharing what it is that this actually does. No, so these are kind of some tips that I would have put in. It's important to understand we're not taking whichever product it is because we're going to feel something. We're taking it for cellular protection, aka prevention. It's reducing oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And something to think about, we don't feel cellular damage. So we aren't necessarily going to feel cellular healing, right? So as you go through this, guys, you could be reading it on a voice memo and making it sound authentic rather than typing it. Or you reach out to one of your uplines or somebody in the team here and say, hey, can we jump into a three-way chat? And let somebody else who has maybe more confidence or experience sharing these kind of details with them. It always is going to be more verifying for them to hear it, not just from you, from somebody else, is what I mean. So another little page of script ideas is, what does it do? That's another thing that we often get asked, right? So some things you need to know and understand that's really, really important. The doctor who created the little yellow pill states that for you to try Protandim NRF2, you have to give it 1 month for every decade or portion thereof that you've been alive. Why? Because oxidative stress is cumulative and you go on, right? And again, it's making it relevant to that person, but ultimately you want them to know this is not an overnight miracle or a quick fix. And personally, if somebody says, oh, I think I'll give it a go for a month, I often will actually say to them, I would rather you wait until you're ready to commit to at least 6 months. If they're 50, most of my people are in their 40s and 50s, because I want you to be able to feel the benefits of the product long term and not just take it. And in 30 days, you may or may not feel anything. And I want you to feel better. I want your health goals to be accomplished because that's how I grow my business, right? An organic, authentic way to explain to them why it is you really care about their health, not about making $7 or $10, right? Response to starting a three-way call. So this was another little quick message that I thought would be helpful to share with you guys. And this would be somebody who, say Sapphire is like, brand new. And she's like, Bridget, can we jump into a little chat group? And Bridget's like, for sure. Sapphire introduces Bridget and Bridget's like, amazing to meet you. You have found Sapphire at the perfect time. She's the right fit for what you're looking for this year. Congrats on exploring possibilities for you here in LV. Do you prefer voice or text message, or would you rather just jump on a quick call? This is my preference, so we can just get all your questions answered. Let me know what questions you have before you get started, right? Do you guys see? If you're with me, drop an 8 if you see how this just feels so real. There's nothing put on about this. There's nothing artificial. There's no spamminess. We're literally just sharing hope with people and then just following up. Fantastic. So more M, right? So we've got the A, adding, inviting them in. T, we're tagging them. Now we're still in M, message your friend to follow up, right? If they're saying, oh my gosh, it's too expensive. Don't be afraid of that. Be like, oh, good. Thanks for getting back to me. Protandim is definitely not for everyone. I'm just looking to help those who are keen to reduce their oxidative stress, like nothing else I've ever seen. And it's made a massive personal difference in my family's life and hundreds of others that I felt to reach out to you as well, right? And you go on. Or how long do I need to take it, right? And this is one that came from Dr. Gale. And it was just, again, an authentic way. You need to make this sound like you, but this is how she says it. When people start, I always say, aim for 1 month per decade of life. The body takes time to get going again the older you get. Results vary, but we know from clinical studies that NRF2 reduces oxidative stress by 40% in the first 30 days in everyone, no matter what your age. That may express itself as more energy or less brain fog, better sleep, faster recovery. Again, we're planting seeds of what they're going to experience personally, right? And then you can go into more details, maybe with the collagen or, right? But I also wanted to take a minute to, oh my goodness, my lighting is very strange. I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. My computer. There we go. Sorry, guys. But I wanted to take a moment because it's not just the products that we're sharing, right? We also have the business opportunity, which is why all of you guys are here, because you said yes to having a look at the business opportunity. And we have lots of different ways that you can introduce people to the business. There's a 3-minute gig economy video that is in My Life Vantage Story, right at the top of the pin post. Right, drop a 9 if you've actually watched that, because when I watch it, every time I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Like, I'm so glad that I'm here, right? Recorded overviews. There's a whole bunch in My Life Vantage story. Pick one that's going to be relevant to that person. So if you think they're super sciencey, put them in one that maybe has, you know, doctors or health professionals. Or if you think, oh, you know what, they're maybe a bit more whatever, right? You want to be able to find one that's going to resonate. Grania does a brilliant presentation on unpacking the whole business side of it, right? Josie does one. Like, there's so many in there, guys, that are really congruent with who that person that you're going to be reaching out to is, right? Not everyone's going to relate to my style. Not everyone's going to relate to Bridget's or to Kim's or to Helen's. But that's why we have so many in there for you to choose from. So it's important you're familiar with what's in there to choose from when you are tagging them. There's also live overviews often. And then we also have, if they're not actually on Facebook, there's definitely overviews that we can get you that are on YouTube. So here's a few examples of how to follow up with somebody when you're looking at why did you join LifeVantage as a business is often a question people will get, right? This has to be you answering. This was a decision that was very intentional and given great thought. First and foremost is the science behind the products, results, retention, affordability, right? You need to make this feel like you, not me, but you. Or what is LifeVantage? How do you answer that question, right? You don't have to come up with your own. There's others of us who've already written it, and it's there for you to be able to use, guys. So, and over here we have, how much support is there for me to do this as a business? Guys, often in any kind of network marketing, there is very little support and a whole lot of pressure. What we have here in Team Heart is so unique. It is a culture that allows people to go as fast as they want, and we can honestly keep up with them. So if they want to walk, we're happy to walk with them. If we want to run, if they want to run, we're happy to run with them, right? And if you're just starting, then you connect them to somebody else who's been doing this for a year, 2 years, or 3 years that you admire, that you respect, that you want to do this with them because you want that brand new consultant that you've just introduced to the business to succeed, right? You want them to hit their goals for them, right? The more, one of the other quotes I read today was, you know, you can row somebody across the shore to the other side of the lake, but guess what? You're going to get there too, right? So as we lift others up, it's actually going to benefit everybody, which is why we do what we do. So really quick to finish up here, guys, I just wanted you to see, what does diamond seller status look like, right? At the beginning, we talked about how can you add $20,000 a year from now, right? If you're just starting today, what can this look like a year from now? Well, 4,000 PV, which is coming from your personally enrolled customers. So if you look at the point value, the product value of the Healthy Glow Stack, which is our collagen and protandum, it's 130 PV. Activated Essentials, which is my second favorite pack, which is NRF1, NRF2, and the ProBio. And the 30 bottles of collagen, if they only want the collagen, is 100 PV. How many customers do you think you need on the Healthy Glow Stack? 31. How many customers a month do you think you need on Activated Essentials? 40. How many customers do you need just on collagen? 40, right? So if you think about how many weeks there are in a year, right? There's 52 weeks. Take 2 weeks off, right? Do you think it's possible that you could get a customer a week over a year in 52 weeks, right? If you think so, drop a 10 in the chat, guys, right? I think it's super doable. It is not pie in the sky. We're going to make millions of dollars. We're, you know, this is so real. This is really, and who would not honestly benefit from having an extra $20,000 coming into their family, into their household every single year? It's a game changer. Plus, we're running a business, so you get tax benefits, right? So honestly, this is just such a gift that we've been given in terms of the compensation plan. So when you have that 4,000 PV, right, from your personally enrolled customers, you have your 40 on collagen, right? 4,000 PV times 30% is the commission you're going to be making, is going to give you $1,260 US a month. If you times that by 12 months, that's $15,120 US. So if you're in Australia, you're going to multiply that by 1.4. If you're in New Zealand, you're going to multiply that by 1.52, right? And that's going to give you your $20,000 a year, which again, super doable, guys. So I want you to ask yourself this question. Are you all set for a big month in November? Because this month, guess what? We get paid our work in November in the middle of December. So who wants a bigger check December 15th, right? I definitely do. And so when you are thinking about setting your goals for November, I want you to think about setting your goals for 3 and 1. Now, I'm not going to get into 3 and 1 right now, but basically you want to be getting 3 customers and 1 consultant so that you're duplicating yourself, right? That is the goal. That is kind of our main little baseline. It's getting 3 customers and 1 consultant. But if you want to fly, which I saw many of you guys were saying you wanted to fly, you're going to get 3 consultants and 1 customer. And over a year, you are going to build a team of 12 consultants, and you're going to have a customer base of over 40 customers who are active, who are loving these products because you are actually investing in them, understanding why are they doing this, right? You're building that relationship bridge, and then you're nurturing it. And MVP, another great goal, guys. It's another bonus. Not going to get into it now, but as you build your team, that is something else that is really excellent in creating stability in your business to strive for. So I want you to think about this. This is on the Team Heart page, teamheart.net. You can go on, you can print this off. And I want you to think about what your goals for November and December are to get to that goal you set January 1st, right? And remember, I know Josie often talks about, you know, the big, hairy, audacious goal, not, oh, I think I'd like $5 a week, or I'd like to have 1 new customer this year, right? Big goals, right? We are in the game of changing people's lives. And so I want you to reach out to your upline. I want you to print off this, reach out to them and badger them and be like, I want to meet with you. I want to meet with you. Today's the 30th of October. We have 2 days. I want to meet with you so that I can strategize through this action plan to know what do I need to do to get to these goals? How many sets of 3 and 1 do I need to do in order to hit those targets, right? Not my targets for you, not your upline's targets for you, but yours, right? So that is all for me tonight, guys. If there was value in this, please let me know. I really hope it was. This will be recorded and uploaded so that we can, again, get everybody that is on our teams to be able to get plugged in, to be able to understand how simple this is, right? It is so simple. This is not complicated. You don't need a degree. You don't need to have any kind of understanding of science. You actually simply can do this from your phone in the pockets of your time and win, guys. So appreciate each of you. Congratulations on investing in your business. I'm going to stop recording and I will take a few questions here. Here we go.
Hey,